Hi there, welcome to Weight Wisdom. What I'd like to discuss today is the decisions and choices that we make in our lives and how this impacts the health of ourselves and the health of our children. It's all about cause and effect. So when we would be working with families in groups, we would have a number of workshops that would try to get across certain points that we thought were worthwhile the families considering in order to help them to perhaps to make wiser choices in their lives. One of these we would call the Family Health Council. And the idea of the Family Health Council is to put the onus of responsibility on the people who are making the decisions. So here's what we do. We'd have our families together in a group. The children would go off and do their activities and their own learning and interactive workshops. And this workshop would focus on the parents. We'd split them into groups of 3 and 4. And the question would be this: you're going to be now the Health Council, the Family Health Council for England and Wales, and you're going to have certain responsibilities about what can go on in the UK. And what we'd like to do on this occasion is to list the top 5 or 6 foods that you think are causing child obesity. So the things that you could eliminate and ban them, and as the Family Health Council you have the authority to do this. If you eliminate these, then they won't be there, children won't be able to eat them, and supposedly then this will help to reduce the numbers of overweight and obese children in the UK. So off they would go. Then we'd come back to them and say, okay, let's see what we've got. Let's have one from each group, and invariably on every occasion the same culprits would emerge. So the first family would shout out, right, chocolates. Okay, what's next on the list, we'd say. Someone would shout out, chips. Okay, whatever's next. Someone would shout out, biscuits. Okay, any more for any more? Fizzy drinks, they would say. And they would all shout, yes, we got that too. Fizzy drinks. Great. Any more for any more? Yes, and we've got crisps. Oh, crisps. Yes, we've got crisps up there. Anything else? Finally, I've got cakes. Okay, let's put down there. And so it would go on. But invariably, these would be the ones that would emerge time after time after time. Incidentally, I don't refer to these as food. I never have. I don't suppose I ever will. Because these things are calorific. They are refined. They are appetizing. And they are processed. So I prefer to refer to them as not food. We ask them to hold this thought about these products. And then we tell them a story about a study that was undertaken 20 years ago about pester power of children and how impactful this was in families. And it goes like this. The researchers, what they did, they got a large number of families and split them into 3 randomized groups. The first group were to go out shopping, and they were to take their children with them. And when they did this, they would buy all of their normal groceries, but they would also buy all of the crap. Into the basket it would go, and then they would bring it home, and then they were instructed to put the junk items on display for the children, so around the kitchen where the children could see them. The second group were told to do exactly the same. Go out, buy your groceries, buy the crap. When you bring it home, hide it in the cupboards so the children can't see it. So it's out of sight, presumably so they're not getting the food cues and it's increasing pestering power. The third group were asked to go out, do your normal groceries, but no crap. You're not to buy any of this. Come home, put the food wherever you normally would put the food. Then they put cameras around the houses and they were monitoring how often the children would ask for this. In the first group, where the products were on display, the children asked on average 20 times a day. Now that is an unbelievable amount of pester power. The second group, where the children knew it was in the house, but it was hidden in the cupboards. They asked about half, 10 times a day. And the third group, where the children knew it wasn't in the house because they were there when they did the shopping, asked once or twice and then just stopped asking. So then we go back to the families, bring them back together and say, okay, what does all this mean? We start by asking the question, well then, who is buying this? And we normally conclude everyone's buying it. We then want to explore, well, what is your relationship with this in the house? How is it used? Is it used to elicit behaviour? Is it used as a reward? Is it used to remove it as a punishment? What is its purpose in your life and in your house? And we need to try and conclude that. Why are we buying this? When your children are here because they're all overweight or obese and you're trying to help them to manage their weight, and yet you, or presumably people in England, are filling their households full of these obesogenic products that are making it difficult, if not impossible, for their children to lose weight. We also try to get the point home that the more you buy, the more they will eat, because the children think, well, they're buying it for me, therefore I must eat it. If you're buying this, you must expect the pester power to continue and for the children to win and for you to lose. And hopefully we get finally find the resolution that if we want to eat smart, for us and our family, we have to shop smart. We don't want people to start fighting around the house in terms of these products, but we need to have a discussion with the children about the reason we're reducing these products and the reason that we're trying to all as a family eat more healthily. So the purpose of this small exercise is to try to get people to think, if these are, and I wholeheartedly agree, incidentally, with my families, that these are the things that are underpinning childhood obesity. If we're going to buy them, then let's not be surprised if our children are having difficulty managing their weight. So hopefully some food for thought, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and hopefully you can consider what you're putting in your shopping basket and how this is going to help you and your family achieve the aims and objectives that you will hopefully all be looking for. So many thanks, and I look forward to meeting you again very soon.